A severely disabled man in the United Kingdom who wants a doctor legally to be able to kill him has won the right to have his case heard in the High Court. Tony Nicholson has locked-in syndrome following a stroke in 2005 and has described his life as miserable, undignified and intolerable.
He wants legal protection for any doctor who agrees to end his life for him. Our Europe correspondent Philip Williams has this report.
This was Tony Nicholson before a stroke in 2005 left him paralysed from the neck down.
Letter H. Try.
Now he says his life is not worth living. He can only communicate by blinking his eye or nodding his head. He wants legal protection for any doctor who helps him die. Under the current law, that would be considered murder. The High Court decision means his case will proceed to a full hearing. That gives Tony Nicholson and his wife Jane some hope. She read his response.
Right, he says, I'm delighted that the issues surrounding assisted dying are to be aired in court. Politicians and others can hardly complain about the courts providing the forum for debate if the politicians continue to ignore one of the most important topics facing our society today. It's no longer acceptable for 21st century medicine to be governed by 20th century attitudes to death.
Every aspect of Tony Nicholson's life requires help. A quality of life, he says, is demeaning and intolerable. And he wants the right to a dignified death at a time of his choosing.
Because of the extent of Tony's disabilities, he is not able to avail himself of the right to suicide, although legally he has that right. Physically, he cannot do it. Therefore, what we're saying is that a doctor who helps him under those circumstances should have available to him or her the defence of necessity.
Already the legal barriers on assisted suicide have been pushed. Multiple sclerosis sufferer Debbie Purdy wanted her husband protected against charges if he helped her travel abroad to die. But some worry a successful case here could lead to some people being pressured into having their lives ended.
My concern is that by setting a precedent, it would fundamentally change both the relationship between patients and doctors and an expectation that we're able to deliver something that currently within the law we can't deliver, namely to actively kill our patients.
The government says such fundamental changes to the law should be decided by Parliament and not by the courts. But for those suffering and who want to see real change, their fates will still be decided, one way or another, by lawyers and politicians. Philip Williams, ABC News, London.